communication. Okay, course intro ay chapter intro lang ha. Teka. Minute lang. Okay, so for chapter 3 here in Purposive Communication, it's entitled Local and Global Communication in Multicultural Settings. As we have discussed in the previous chapters, we have heavily dealt na sa culture, yung multicultural, ibig sabihin multi-marami, maraming kultura. So, how is communication in a setting where there are a mixture of a lot of cultures? So, ganun yung setup natin for chapter 3. Okay, once again, doon sa video lecture, sana napanood nyo siya kasi nandoon na halos lahat doon sa unang video lecture. Yung sumunod lang for the sake of the terminologies that you have to get yourselves familiar with kasi kasama pa rin yun sa quiz, okay? Yung PowerPoint na in-upload ko, for the second video, aaralin nyo pa rin siya kasi marami pa rin terminologies doon na kasama sa inyong magiging long quiz for chapter 3. Okay? So, ang components ng chapter 3 natin, first, intercultural communication. O, di ba, na-touch na natin ang intercultural communication, chapter 1 pa lang, or chapter 2 ba yun? Yung intercultural competence natin, the activity that I gave you, like, one person in the communication shall pretend that she is from another country or she is a different race from that of the one na kinakausap niya para matest yung intercultural competence ninyo. Ayan. Intercultural, ibig sabihin dalawang kultura na magkaiba. Pilipino at Korean, for example, na nag-uusap. Okay? So, ganun ang first lesson natin, intercultural communication. And then second one, dimensions of cultural differences, nonverbal and intercultural communication yung pangatlo, barriers in intercultural communication, and then we have the global community, cultural awareness and sensitivity, gender sensitivity, and then political correctness. Okay? What else do we have here? Ayun. Ayun lang. So, ang susunod ko na gagawa ng video lecture na pag-aaralan ninyo ay starting from barriers down to the political correctness. Okay? So, for now, let me ask kung sino sa inyo yung nakapanood na nung first part ng chapter 3 natin, yung video lecture. Can you raise your hand? Be honest, please. Anyway, you will have time naman kung hindi nyo pa siya napapanood. Alright. So I can see 13 hands here, and we are 50 in the meeting. So a lot of you have not studied yet yung ating video lecture na una for chapter 3. Kailangan nyo yun. Pag-aralan class ha dahil hindi ko yun babalikan. Okay? Papasadahan natin ngayon yung in-upload ko na walang audio explanation pero background music lang. Okay? So let me start. Open ko lang yung aking PowerPoint. Alright, can you see it now, class? Nakikita na ba?
Yes, ma'am.
Alright.
Yes,
Sige,
ma'am.
simulan natin siya ha. Ito yung in-upload ko na PowerPoint na aralin nyo pa rin dahil may mga terminologies dito na kasama sa inyong long quiz. Papasadahan lang natin siya ngayon kasi medyo paulit-ulit na yung concepts. Okay, once again, intercultural communication, you can see two circles here which are overlapping with one another. When we say overlapping, they share things with one another. They have common things with one another. And another one, bukod sa common things nila, meron din silang differences. Yun yung parte ng dalawang circles na hindi nag-overlap. Okay? So itong gitna, ito yung similarities ng dalawang kulturang ito. So imagine these circles are as two cultures or two people with different cultures. Itong gitna nila na nag-overlap, ito yung commonalities nila, ito yung shared things nila, at itong malaking hindi nag-overlap, ito naman yung kanilang identity or uniqueness. Okay, yung differences nila from one another. So that is intercultural communication. Okay, why do we have to study intercultural communication? It's because it's about the study of communication that involves cultural group membership differences. We have already discussed na for us to better understand or better achieve the very purpose of communication, kailangan na kilalanin natin yung kausap natin at dapat away tayo from all the prejudices. Hindi yung hindi pa lang kayo nag-uusap, wala pa lang kayong conversation, meron ka ng judgment sa utak mo na, ay, Indian to, maanglit to, ayoko tong kausap. So, dapat walang ganon, wala tayong prejudices. And in studying intercultural communication, we will be able to understand different cultures. Okay? So, it is about acquiring the necessary knowledge and dynamic skills to manage such differences appropriately and effectively. It's also about developing a creative mindset to see things from different angles without rigid judgment. Ito yung sinasabi ko sa inyo. What does it mean by rigid? Makitid. Makitid na pag-iisip na pag-uutak, 'di ba? Kapag ikaw nakakita ka ng ibang race, tapos ang top of the mind mo agad ay yung negativity or yung patungkol sa tao na mababaw, o alam mo na kung anong klaseng utak ang meron ka. Ibig sabihin, makipot. Ibig sabihin, maliit yung utak mo pagka nakita ka ng Bombay, ang inisip mo agad, manglit. Pwede naman, di ba, yung mga temples, o di ba? Pag nakakita ka ng Indian, pwede naman na ang top of mind mo, mga temples. Di ba, kung nag-aaral ka, kung ikaw ay isang academician, hindi mo magiging top of mind yung ganung klaseng prejudice. Instead, temples ang may isip mo, yung cow as a sacred animal to them, yung sari as their mode of dressing, o, diba? Prior knowledge lang natin yung mga yan. Sino na sa inyo ang nakapanood ng Three Idiots? Are they Indians, yung mga yun? Or ano? Indian sila. Oh, tama. Yung Three Idiots, Indian sila. Sino na nakapanood? Raise your hand. O, di ba, they have a very rich culture naman from yung dough na binibake nila to survive daily living. O, di ba? Anong tawag na doon sa binibake nila na tinapay? Ano pa? Yung dressing nila, yung piercings nila as a symbol of beauty, as a symbol of belief in a deity. O, ang ganda naman ng culture, very rich naman ang culture ng mga Indians. And mind you, kung nanonood din kayo ng mga game shows, yung mga brainy game shows, ganyan, Indian kids ang nangunguna ha, ang laki ang taas ng IQ ng mga Indians. Okay? So yan dapat yung mga naiisip nyo when it comes to people of different cultures such as the Indians. Right? Kasi kung hindi nyo naisip yung mga yan, ibig sabihin, makitid ang utak nyo, makipot, masikip, maliit. Okay? Now, let's go here. Another reasons why we should study intercultural communication for self-awareness, demographic reasons, workplace and economic globalization. Kasi nga, kung fina-follow nyo si Thailand Girl sa Facebook, fina-follow nyo ba si Thailand Girl? O, kung wala kang future dito sa Pilipinas as a teacher, kasi alam naman natin how palpak our educational system is here in the country, we can decide to travel abroad for work. O paano naman tayo makakapasa sa immigration or paano kaya tayo tatanggapin o i-hire sa ibang bansa kung wala tayong knowledge about intercultural communication? Kapag hindi natin kayang communicate with people of different race, kung hindi natin kayang maging open sa pagtanggap or pag-adapt ng iba't ibang kultura. Okay? So as early as now, you are education students, I am introducing you the option to work abroad for our economy na rin here in the Philippines, and malaki ang tulong ninyo kapag kayo ay nag-abroad sa ekonomiya ng Pilipinas. And as early as now, we are learning about intercultural communication para matupad ninyo itong number 3 about workplace and economic globalization. Creative problem solving, and then the last one, fostering global and intrapersonal peace. Okay. Kasi nga, prejudices or yung judgments natin could lead to conflicts between and among races. syempre kapag sasabihin mo ng masama or sasabihin mo na mas maganda yung kultura mo kaysa sa kultura nila, awayin ka nila because there is no such thing. We have a concept in ethics we call cultural relativism, wherein no culture is above the other. And practices in one culture are accepted by the people who are doing it. And if you are outside that particular culture, then you don't have the right to judge or tell that the things that they are practicing or doing are wrong. Kasi sa cultural relativism, wala tayong concept of universality. Tama? Yung universal correctness natin. Pero i-discuss ko yan separately. It's fun na purposive communication tapos ethics may mga overlapping din concepts din. Halo-halo na. Para kayong maguluhan, problema niyo na yan Anyway, may nagre-record pa sa atin. Please mag-record kayo para may babalikan kayo, okay? Christy Felix, nagre-record ka na? Are we on record?
Yes po.
Alright.
Yes po, ma'am.
Alright. Ayan, let's continue with our discussion. Ayan, wag na natin yan isa-isahin ha. Okay na yan. Basta aralin nyo siya para pagka binigay ko sa quiz, identification for example or enumeration, may sasagot kayo. Okay? In general ng aking explanation. Okay. Okay, this one. I think this is a very interesting symbol. Culture can be viewed as an iceberg. Iceberg. Okay, why? Because yung top lang, yung ibabaw lang, yung alam mo patungkol sa isang kultura. Hindi mo alam yung kailaliman at kalawakan pa nito. Kung ano lang yung nakikita mo, kung saan ka lang exposed, doon lang yung knowledge mo. For example, what Koreans often show us through media are their mode of dressing, their food, or their language, obviously. Pero yun lang yung nakikita natin, hanggang doon lang. Pero we have never been into that place or we have never tried to live with them for us to know completely the entirety of their culture, tama? So, para siyang iceberg, yung ang nakikita mo lang ay yung ibabaw, hindi mo alam yung kalawakan niya kasi natatakpan ng karagatan. So that is actually figurative, but the meaning could be sensed from its literal kasi nga natatakpan so hindi mo nakikita. Vast kasi malawakan. Ang naiintindihan mo lang yung nakikita mo, yung nakalutang nasa taas. Okay? The iceberg is a good analogy to use to illustrate the concept of culture in which the part above water, yung nasa ibabaw, yun lang yung alam mo. That can be seen illustrates tangible expressions of culture like behavior, clothing, and food, while the part below the surface represents the underlying attitudes, beliefs, values, and meanings. Okay, so from these examples, yung separation ng above at saka below, yung above water at below the surface, mapapansin ninyo na sa above water, ito yung mga mabababaw lamang na manifestation or examples of culture such as behavior, clothing, and food kasi yan yung nakikita natin. What we do not see are the ones below the surface, kagaya ng attitudes, beliefs, values, and meanings. Okay? Alright? Okay. Again, defining culture. Diba, nakakal natin to dun sa chapter 2, globalization. That's why I'm telling you na overlapping. Sige lang ha. Overlapping na yung concepts natin. Kaya papasadahan lang natin siya. Okay, again, culture is a system of beliefs, attitudes, ano pa? Yan, norms, costumes, rules, codes that socially defines a group of people. It's a total way of life of people composed of their learned and shared behavior patterns such as values, beliefs, norms, and material objects. Here are the factors influencing cultural norms and values. First, we have social structure, political system, economic philosophy, education, religion, and of course, language. Itong mga nakapalibot sa culture, norms, and values, ito yung mga factors na nakakaapekto ng kultura ng isang particular na grupo. Yung kanilang lengguwahe, these factors define them. For example, ang nag-define sa mga Pangasinense ay yung Pangasinan language. Okay? So, the Pangasinenses speak Pangasinan. Okay, so yung Pangasinan language, they define Pangasinenses. Okay, what else? The Roman Catholicism is the belief or the religion dominant in the Philippines. So yung religion na Roman Catholicism ay description ng Pilipinas, identity ng Pilipinas. Okay? So ayun, itong mga nakapalibot ay factors ng nasa gitna na tinatawag natin na kultura, norms and values. When we say norms, these are the ones accepted by the majority. Kaya nga norm, dyan galing yung salitang normal. At kapag ka normal, ibig sabihin ginagawa siya ng karamihan o ng lahat. Kaya nga siya naging normal. What is not normal is when you observe a thing that is not really done or practiced by the majority, isa lang ang gumagawa. So, hindi yun normal. Okay? Next one, all right. Ayan, non-material culture, ito yung mga ideas. Material culture, ito yung physical things, kagaya ng pananamit. Clothing falls under material culture kasi nga it's tangible na hawakan mo. Pagkain na hawakan mo. Yung non-material culture natin involves language, beliefs, hindi mo naman yan nakakain, hindi mo rin naman yan nahawakan or nakikita. Pero ideas siya. Nasa underlying thinking ng isang tao, underlying understanding ng isang tao, yung language, yung belief. Okay, nakukuha? Okay, react naman dyan if you're following me kahit na medyo mabilis. Right. Proceed here. Yan. So what is culture exactly? System consists of values, beliefs, norms, symbols, customs, language. Alam nyo na yan. Medyo na ulit. Okay, aspects of culture. Ayan, ulit, diba? Ulit-ulit. Okay, so values, these are culturally defined standards that people use to decide what is desirable, good, and beautiful, and that serve as broad guidelines for social living. Beliefs, pinaniniwalaan mo, norms, rules, and expectations by which a society guides the behavior of its members. Prescriptive, what should not be done. Prescriptive, what should be done. Ayan, norms dictates class what a person should and should not do in a certain society or community kasi nga, bound by norm or normality. Kapag ang isang bagay ay hindi normal, hindi mo siya gagawin. So, dinidiktahan ka niya na wag gawin ito kasi hindi ito ginagawa ng majority ng members of the group na kinabibilangan mo. For example, you belong to a certain community na hindi kumakain ng pork because they believe that eating pork is a sin, diba? Or is a crime you will commit against the Lord, ganon. So, ikaw, dahil kabilang ka sa grupo na yun, kapag kumain ka, you will be considered as an outcast or an outsider or a deviant. Deviant means someone who deviates, diba? Who does not follow. So, norms, kung ano ang normal sa isang particular na grupo, yun ang magdidikta ng kung ano ang gagawin at hindi gagawin ng isang tao na nakabilang sa grupo na yun. Alright? Hope norms is clear with you. The elements of cultural norms can indicate deep-seated social principles, so be mindful of standards for personal space, personal greetings and introductions, living standards and spending priorities, approaches to design and standards of beauty, concepts of right and wrong, and guilt and shame. Okay. Don't still class, don't forget about our concepts on preferences, ayan, standard or personal standard or taste, ang pagpili ng color yellow over the color blue is actually a matter of preference na tama. So, hindi yan kasama sa norm sa isang community dahil it's more on a matter of preference. So, walang kultura, have not met, you inform me kung meron, have not met any culture that dictates the more prescribed or more acceptable color. Okay. Naka-encounter na ba kayo ng ganun? Kultura na mas maganda ang puti kaysa sa itim or huwag kang magsuot ng purple, dapat blue lagi. May culture ba na ganun? Okay, so there are things class na magfo-fall under matter of preferences pa rin. And we do not conflict it or we do not confuse it with the concept of norm, okay?
Nakaskip na kapatid siya mga Pay Andrea.
Okay, components of culture na norms tayo. We have what we call mores. Mores are norms that are widely observed and have great moral significance. Arranged marriages, eating with left hand. Mores are taboos, often breaking norms lead to being driven out from home, society, or imprisonment. Example, rape or murder. Folkways naman, norms that are routine and casual interactions, such as shaking hands, eating styles, and saying, excuse me. Okay? Medyo conflicting ito, no? Eating with left hand actually is under folkways, supposed to be under folkways yan kasi eating styles. So mas malalim, deeper sense ang mores kaysa sa folkways. Pag sinabi natin folkways, these are the routine and casual interactions such as yung pagkikishake hands mo kapag may nakilala ka na bago, or yung pagkain mo with bare hands or with spoon and fork or with chopstick, folkway yan. And then saying excuse me kapag ikaw ay magbabat-in sa isang communication, or kapag ikaw ay dadaan tapos may nakabara na mga tao. Ayan. So these are folkways, daily interaction. Pag sinabi naman nating mores, ito yung mas malalim. Ito yung kapag kanilabag mo, pwede kang mapalayas doon sa kulturang kinabibilangan mo or makulong ka. Kasi sa mores natin, kabilang dito yung rape. So we all know na committing such a sin or a crime is tantamount to imprisonment, di ba? Okay, murder. Okay, so folkways, daily interaction with people. Okay, mores are deeper than folkways. Language. Aesthetics na tayo, what people accept as beautiful or pleasing to the senses, including music, art, literature, dress, colors, and architecture. And that's what we call aesthetics. I'm sure familiar kayo sa salitang aesthetics. May art appreciation ba kayo ngayon? Kapag aesthetics, when you hear the word aesthetics, beauty, agad yung dapat na top of mind mo dyan. So beauty, sa punto ng art, ng music, ayan, kahit saan, kahit na anong field, kapag sinabi natin aesthetics, it is pertaining to beauty, okay, to art. Okay. Social institutions, the ways in which people in a particular society relate to one another as determined by family, relationships, social class, education, religion, and age. Okay, values naman, ito yung mga kinalakihan ninyo class, how your parents brought you up, ayan, yung upbringing ninyo sa loob ng inyong mga bahay, values ang tawag natin doon. They may range from those that are subjectively meaningful to a given individual to those that are shared cultural norms. Beliefs naman, specific ideas that people hold to be true. Ayan, yung paniniwala mo sa isang bagay as true, diba? Such as your religious beliefs and beliefs in your deity or in your gods, or
kung ayaw mo, balas mo lang amin.
may hindi naka-unmute sa inyo. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, let's proceed. Okay. Beliefs, okay. Values tend to be general and beliefs tend to be specific. They are linked. Your abstract values affect the specific things you believe about the world. All right. Okay, so let's give an example for each of these para maliwanagan kayo. Sabi niya, ang values ay general, tapos ang beliefs ay more specific. Tama? Let's give an example. For example, isa sa mga values ninyo sa loob ng bahay, ang pagbibigay ng importansya sa oras. So that's giving importance to time. Tama? So values ninyo yon. Yung specific niya sa beliefs, because you have a strong belief na nakakasira ka ng plano or ng flow of flow of the plan or flow of action kapag ka ikaw ay hindi maaga. Okay? So, specific na, may details na pagdating sa beliefs. Pero pag sa values, ito yung much more related to virtues. Yung time is gold, mga ganyan. Okay? Importance of time, ano pa sa mga values natin. Okay, dito rin papasok yung GMRC natin, good manners and right conduct. Okay, let's proceed here. Just to introduce you to a different culture, may example tayo dito, may slide tayo dito ng mga key cultures ng United States of America, key values of the United States of America. Unang-una dyan yung equal opportunity. And I think you will all agree when I say that there's really an equal opportunity in the United States, diba? Sobra-sobra pa nga, kaya nga na-share na nila yung opportunity na yun, hindi lang sa mga taong sinasakupan nila, pero pati na rin sa mga gustong mag-migrate doon or magtrabaho doon. Lots of Filipinos are already there, migrating there, and having the country as their permanent home nor address na, like they left the Philippines for good because of this one key values of the United States, equal opportunity. Alam ko namang mag-agree tayo lahat doon, di ba? Siguro magiging traitors tayo ng bansa natin kung sasabihin natin na, I wish I had been an American. Ano. Pero in reality, sino ba naman ang hindi gugustuhin na maging Amerikano? Sana pinanganak na lang akong Amerikano, wala sana ganitong hardships. Diba? Parang ganon. Pero that's becoming a traitor of your own nationality. Siyempre, we still have to keep our values or our pagiging magkabayan. We still have to be proud of it as Filipinos, or as human nature. It's also a part of us to dream or to aspire for something that is better than our present situation. Okay. Achievement and success. American way of life encourages competition to that each person's rewards should reflect personal merit. So ito yung mga key values ng United States of America. Kung dito, ang key values natin sa Pilipinas, hospitality, ganyan, hospitality, pero parang, ano yun eh, at the expense of parang pasikat. Kasi hindi ka naman talaga ganun kapag walang bisita. Ganun ka lang kapag may bisita. Nilalabas mo lang yung mga magagandang gamit pag may bisita ka. Pero sa normal na araw, hindi naman, di ba? So yun ang definition ng hospitable here in the Philippines. So, utang 1,000 para lang mapaligaya mo yung bisita mo, makapagpasikat ka, or mag-good mouth ka niya after the experience, diba? Puriin ka niya sa kanyang mga magiging kamarites soon. Yun naman yung hidden, yung behind our pagiging hospitable, diba? Okay, so let's continue with USA muna bago tayo mag-Pilipinas. And lastly, material comfort. Success in the US generally means making money and enjoying with it worldwide. Sabi ko nga, norm, again, what is norm? Something that is acceptable. Norm in USA na magkaroon ng hindi lamang isa o dalawang jobs, pero 3 jobs. Like, meron siyang regular job from 8 to 5, and then from 5 to 8, bartender siya, and then from 8 to 10, waiter naman or waitress, tapos mag-aaral siya ng 12 to 2, o, diba? Tulog niya lang, konti lang. Ganon ang mga tao sa Amerika, kaya sila very economically well off. Okay, practicality and efficiency as one of the values of United States. Let's read. People in the US value the practicality over the theoretical or doing over dreaming. Ayan. So, pag sa Pilipinas, diba, parang na-adapt ko yung style ni Thailand girl, kino-compare niya. O, para lang makarelate kayo, let's do comparison. Tama naman yung mga sinasabi natin. Dito sa Pilipinas, puro lang tayo, dreaming, pangarap lang, pero walang actions. O, sa Amerika, doing over dreaming. So, gagawin na niya, at hindi lang puro daydreaming. Progress. The US culture celebrates progress, equating the very latest with the very best. Okay, and science. The US has a cultural tendency to devalue emotion and intuition as sources of knowledge. Okay, although, para maging aware din kayo, not to badmouth the United States of America, pero yung sa science aspect kasi nila, parang they're just doing it not for, not for a discovery that would benefit the humanity, pero just to show the world na they are, they are the best or sila yung number one pagdating sa teknolohiya or pagdating sa siyensya. Pero yung pinaka-purpose ng science, which is to advance the life of humanity, hindi naman nagagawa. For example, yung Mars rover natin, o, 'di ba? USA na naman 'yun. USA na naman ang successfully nakapag-launch ng Mars rover doon sa Red Planet, doon sa Mars. Ang pinaka-purpose noon sana ay para magkalat ng evidences doon na pwedeng makatulong dito sa Earth, or kung pwede ba siyang tirahan doon, or kung anong pwede nilang gawin para ayun nga makatulong sa dying Earth natin. Pero behind that, ang purpose talaga ng Amerika ay ipakita sa mundo na siya lang ang may kakayahan na gumawa nun. It defeats the purpose of science, 'di ba? Parang ano lang pala, for the sake of pride, for the sake of parang Biden telling Putin na I am more powerful than you, parang gano'n, diba? Biden is American president, tapos si Putin ay sa Russia, tama? Okay, so yun ang isa sa mga hidden facts patungkol sa mga values na ito ng Amerika. Next one, democracy and enterprise. Americans ang unang-unang nag-introduce sa atin ng democracy. So without them, we won't be able to have our democracy from the Spaniards. Tama? Freedom. Cultural value of freedom means that people place a higher value on individual initiative than on collective conformity. Freedom or liberty, kaya nga may Statue of Liberty tayo sa United States of America kasi isa yan sa mga values na pinapahalagahan nila na struggling pa tayo dito sa Pilipinas, no? Yes, we are living with freedom, pero nakalaya na nga ba tayo ng totoo? Meron na ba tayong liberty? Okay, that's a question. And racism and groups, ito yung sinasabi ko sa inyo, group superiority. Okay, the Americans have the tendency to really feel superior over the other race. Okay, I think you would agree, pangunahing mga races sa buong mundo ay mga Amerikano kasi sila nga ay matatangkad, mapuputi, tama? Tapos halos lahat na hindi nila katulad, especially from those na nasa Asia ay mga kasalungat nila, and the standard of beauty happens to be the ones that are tall and that are white, that are fair, diba? Okay, so sila yung mga pangunahing racists, mga Americans natin, anyway, not all of them, pero dito na mismo, sinabi niya na mismo na racism and group superiority yung isa sa mga value description ng United States of America. So despite strong notions about individualism and freedom, most people in the US still evaluate individuals according to gender, race, ethnicity, and social class. But be aware that culture is naturally distinct. Differences and variations exist across regions, and people from one culture often violate the norms of another. Without knowing or even having been informed, they have done so. Ito na yung concept ng culture is multifaceted. Maraming mukha ang kultura, kaya kahit na ikaw ay kabilang sa isang general na kultura, maraming specifications pa yun, maraming distinctions pa, maraming differences pa. So, for example, you're all Americans, pero may iba pa rin kayong culture sa iba't ibang grupo ninyo inside the country America, okay? Or inside the continent, South or North America. Okay, Japan naman. Japanese attitude, if one can do it, I can do it. Okay, I don't know if I've already shared with you, pero sa Japan talaga ako amazed pagdating sa culture, and biased ako sa Japan. Very, very nice po ang Japan. Okay, do you agree? Sino ang nag-agree na love, love, love ang Japan?
No, not allowed.
Pero lang yung yung Japayuki concept, hindi kasi that is true. Hanggang ngayon, existing pa yun. Yun naman yung weakness ng mga Japanese. Pagdating sa ganun, sa entertainment from women. Alright. So if no one can do it, I must do it. Okay, Middle Eastern attitude for work. Ayan. If one can do it, let him do it. If no one can do it, how can I do it? O, 'di ba? Ang ganda ng attitude ng Japan. Kung kaya nila, o di ipagawa mo, pero kung hindi nila kaya, ako ang gagawa. How can I do it? Ganon. Eh dito sa Pilipinas, pagawa mo sa kanila, siya may trabaho. Bakit di niya alam eh? Di, paano? Pag-aralan niya. Ganon, di ba? Be careful of that ha, when you are already in your workplace. Ayan, okay? What else? Technology and culture. Di ba ito na yung pinag-aralan natin, sabi ko sa inyo, paulit-ulit lang. Characteristic of culture, it's learned, transmitted based on symbols, dynamic, and integrated. Right? Okay, culture is learned through interaction, observation, and imitation. I've already told you about that sa ating globalization na chapter 2. Okay. Okay, symbols can mean social causes. What does this symbol mean? Who can tell me? Social causes. Anong ibig sabihin ng social causes? It's like, ano, diba? Yung mga, it's the idea of concert for a cause. Ano? Sige nga. Ano yung symbol? Anong ibig sabihin ng symbol na yun? Ano yung pinaglalaban niya sa society? Oh, no one knows about the rainbow as symbol in one of the societal causes. Yung mga pinaglalaban. Who is this? Ay, hindi nakataas yung ano kung may mga nag-resekta. Lazy din.
Ma'am, yung sa gender equality po.
Very good. Gender equality, yung sa LGBTQIA+ na community natin, ito yung simbolo na ginagamit nila para sa kanilang social cause, which is equality nga between and among this gender. So, hindi lang, ang justice ay hindi lang para sa babae at lalaki, pero pati na rin sa ibang gender. About this one, what does this mean? What does this button do? Uy, anong ginagawa ng button na yun? It's a simple question for interaction lang. Oh, walang kalaliman yun. Anong ibig sabihin yun sa computer ninyo? Yes, Joseph. Joseph?
Start of communication, ma'am.
Alright. Let's try Angelica Mendoza.
Turn on and turn off.
Alright, turn on
What?
and turn off, diba? You have to shut down something. So, ang point lang naman dito sa mga pictures na ito ay is that symbols are, I can either tell you to do something or it's up to something or it has a meaning than what you can see in its symbol or picture. Yeah, but this one, again, ito yung Statue of Liberty. Ito naman, what's this? Artists use symbols. Okay, culture is dynamic. Discuss na natin yan. Culture is dynamic, ibig sabihin it's ever changing. O, diba, noong 1896, balot na balot pa si girl. Hanggang 1924. O, noong 1935 na, medyo showing off skin na ang mga kababaihan. Okay, nagpatuloy until 1964. Tapos beginning from 1970, wala na, walang saplot na, 'di ba? Itong 2020, siguro ano na ito, 'di ba? 21st century na itong pinakadulo, 'di ba? Nakita how culture is dynamic, it's changing, it's ever changing. Change is the only permanent thing in the world. Okay, that is what is meant by culture is dynamic. Integrated system. Integrated kinship, religion, medicine, law, and economics. Kapag may nagbago sa isang aspeto ng kultura, magdo-domino effect yan. Okay? For example, sa ekonomiya, bumagsak, katulad ng nangyayari sa Pilipinas, aapektuhan niya yung law, magkakaroon ng mga batas para i-regulate ang mga bagay-bagay. Ano pa, magdo-domino effect siya, magmamahal ang bilihin, katulad sa medicine. I don't know how economics would affect religion, I'm not exactly sure, pero pagka bumagsak bang ekonomiya, magbabago ang paniniwala ng isang tao. So, maaring hindi, maaring oo. And then kinship, ayan. So culture is integrated. When one is affected, it will go domino effect. Okay, culture is unconscious. Na tututunan mo na lang siya nang wala kang kamalay-malay. And of course, culture is shared. Na-discuss na natin yan. Okay, these are some do's and don'ts lang. Cultural missteps. So, pag sinabi natin missteps, you don't have to follow them kasi missteps, they are wrong, they are incorrect. So, don't view your culture as superior to that of others. Ito yung pinaka red flag pagdating sa akin. Wow, red flag. Tapos yung example ko, yung husband ko, ano. Ayun, yung sinabi ko sa inyo doon sa isa sa mga video lectures na Dan is an Ilocano and is living with us. And we are the dominant culture at home, mga Pangasinense. Tapos, inisip niya na superior ang culture niya. Di ba, 9 years na kami, pero hindi niya pa rin alam magpangasinan. Kasi para sa kanya, yung Iloco, ang best culture, ang best language. Yun. Ethnocentrism ang tawag doon. Sa ethics naman natin yan. Okay? Use the standards of your culture to evaluate the advantages and disadvantages of other cultures. So, kung gagamitin standard yung kultura mo sa pag-judge o pag-evaluate ng ibang kultura. Kasi nga, again, we are going back to the concept of cultural relativism na the people inside that particular culture are the only ones to decide whether their practices are wrong or right. And because they're practicing it, definitely they would say na their culture is right. Kasi nga pinapractice nila. Hindi naman nila ipapractice kung hindi sila naniniwala na yun ang tama. Okay, so do not make over generalizations about countries and their cultures. Okay? Sabi ko nga, culture is multifaceted. So, maaaring may isang general na culture para sa lahat, applicable para sa lahat, pero maraming mukha yan, marami pa rin differences. Kaya huwag kang mag-over-generalize. Ang isang bagay o konsepto ay maaaring hindi applicable sa isang particular na grupo or sa isang particular na tao. Kapag nagpunta ka ng Amerika, may knowledge ka about the Americans, in-apply mo sa lahat, pero sa particular na tao na pala yun ay hindi applicable yung kultura na yun, then it will lead to conflict, 'di ba? Mag-aaway kayo nung ka-interact mo kasi in-apply mo sa kanya yung kultura na alam mo na hindi naman niya pinapaniwalaan. So do not make over-generalization. Do not use the standards of your culture and do not view your culture as superior to that of others. Okay. How do we bridge the culture gap? As we all know, we are all different because of our cultures, but what we can do is to, number one, learn about other person's culture. Number two, leave our cultural assumptions at home. Number three, use elements of our own culture to achieve desired ends. And last here, bring a third party to act as an interpreter for both sides. Ayan. Yung how do we bridge the cultural gap sa Miss Universe? For example, someone from Venezuela, tapos ang judges ay lahat from American. Siyempre, ang language ng mga judges na ito ay English. Pero si Venezuela, dahil from Venezuela siya, hindi siya marunong mag-English, gagamit siya ng interpreter para i-bridge yung gap niya with the judges. Okay? I know you're getting the point. Hindi na natin siya kailangan i-clarify pa. Okay, natapos na natin to sa chapter 1. Yeah, communication is complex. Alam natin yan, di ba? Maproseso ang communication. Ang daming types based on the levels, based on the patterns, di ba? Based on the mode of delivery. Okay, that is what makes communication complex. Right? Culture and language are inseparable. Language is one component of culture. Okay. Tackle na natin ang language and body language. Okay, nonverbal gestures. This particular hand gesture could mean a lot to different types of people. It could be, what exactly do you mean para sa mga Italians? So pag nagpunta ka ng Italy tapos ginanon ka ng mga Italians, ang ibig niyang sabihin ay anong gusto mong sabihin? So what do you mean? Gagano siya sa'yo. Pag pumunta ka naman ng Greece at nakakita ka ng isang tao na nag-hand gesture sa'yo ng ganito, pinupuri ka niya. That's just perfect kwanto. May sinabi ka, for example, na nagustuhan niya, gagawin niya yung hand gesture na yan. You see, one hand gesture can mean a lot to different types of people, to different types of culture. Another one, in Egypt naman, kapag kang isang Egyptian ay ginanon ka niya, ang ibig sabihin ay be patient. So, siguro nakitaan ka niya ng impatience, di ba? Ng sign of impatience. Konting-konti pa lang natatrabaho mo. For example, pagod na pagod ng itsura mo. So, ginanon ka ng Egyptian, di ba? Be patient. Okay, sa Turkish naman, and wala siyang kasamang ibig sabihin, no? Okay, anyway, that's just the point. One hand gesture can mean a lot to different types of people belonging from different types of culture. Okay, so natin talakat. Okay, eating habits. Oh, again, saan nagpo-fall under ang eating habit? Sa Morse ba o sa folkway? Sagutin nyo nga kung nakikinig kayo sa akin kanina, saan nagpo-fall under ang eating habit? Sa Morse o sa folkway? Mary Jane?
Ma'am, it's ano po, sa folkways.
Very good. Sa folkway lang siya. Kasi it's not like you will get imprisoned kapag ka na gumamit ka ng kutsara tinidor nasa China ka na gumagamit ng mga chopsticks. So wala namang ganun. Okay lang. Kahit na nasa China ka, chopsticks ang dominant utensil nila doon for eating habit, hindi ka naman makukulong. Okay? So, folkway siya rather than a Morse. Alright, so ito yung eating habits ng iba't ibang bansa na kailangan ninyong malaman para hindi kayo mga ignorante sa kanilang kultura. Sa Europe, knife and fork yan. Sa Asia, chopsticks talaga ba? Philippines, di ba, ano din? Ang tawag dito, spoon and fork. Nakuha natin sa Western countries. Common plate, clean right hand, and some countries. Okay. Sa Asia, hindi natin original ang spoon and fork from Western countries yan. Ang original natin sa Pilipinas when it comes to our eating habit ay ano? Sige nga. Anong utensil ang ginagamit natin here in the Philippines? Angelica?
Kamay po, ma'am.
Wala tayong utensil na ginagamit. Bare hands tayo in the Philippines. Mas masarap, ano. Basta walang itim-itim sa kuko mo, ano, yeah. Sasarap daw ang pagkain kapag bare hands here in the Philippines. Alright, communication, written and oral and written, verbal, non-verbal. Tapos na natin yan. Okay. Okay. Meron din tayong tinatawag na concept sa culture shock class. Like when you travel to another country or to offshore, for example, not only for travel, pero para magtrabaho ka, it's just normal na mag-culture shock ka din. So, it's not that you don't know how to adapt, pero human nature din na mag-culture shock. So, ito yung mga kailangan yung tignan, i-evaluate ninyo yung sarili niyo later on, baka maisipan ninyo magtrabaho sa ibang bansa, be mindful of the following. Feelings of anxiety, isolation, helplessness, and belief that one's own culture, beliefs, and values are being openly challenged. Part din ng culture shock, yung pagiging unfamiliar mo sa language, sa climate, sa currency, sa road signs, at sa colleagues per se. Musta ka? Saan yung ano mo? Ano nangyari sa'yo? Ano nangyari sa'yo?
Na, ano, sorry. So,
Ikaw ang
Oh, first 3 pages.
ano po, hindi ko kasi sinasadya parang lutang ko. Sa bahay. Opo. Sigurado kang lutang ka lang. Hindi mo sinadya. Hindi.
Kim. Correct yung sinani ah.
Yes.
1 to 100.
Okay, so let's continue. Ayan. Ayan, I've been to Vietnam 4 years ago. 4 years ago niya, 2022, 2017. Magpa 5 years na. Ayan, na-confuse ako dun sa currency nila, pero natutunan ko din naman siya over time. So, yung 1,000 dong nila, 1,000 ha, tapos paper siya na pera, 2 pesos lang yun. 2 pesos lang yun, ang equivalence niya. 1,000 dong, 2 pesos ang equivalence niya. Doon naman ako na-culture siya. Sa climate, not really, halos pareho lang. Kaso, nung first day namin doon, lahat kami may iisang remark ng mga kasama ko, ng mga kaklase ko. Kasi we were there for internship offshore. Yung mga kasama ko, pare-pareho kami ng remarks yung first day namin doon. Masakit sa ilong yung weather. Hindi dahil malamig pero mainit. Yung kainitan, masakit sa ilong. We don't know why. At nung share namin doon sa mga tao doon, sinabi din nila, verify nila or validate nila kami na oo, ganyan yung comments ng mga nagiging bisita namin dito. So, masakit sa ilong yung weather. Ano pa yung mga naging experience namin sa Vietnam? Yung language, ayun, di mo rin alam kung galit, parang galit lagi din, Vietnamese. Right. Okay. Alright. So, culture shock, first stages tayo. First is honeymoon, excitement, curiosity. So, kapag pupunta ka sa ibang bansa, ito yung unang-una mong mararamdaman. May excite ka muna, mag-curious ka kung ano ba yung mga nandoon na wala sa pinanggalingan mo. And second, horror na, mapufrustrate ka na, mapukonfuse ka na, mamimystify ka na about other behavior, mapufrustrate ka kasi, bakit ganito, bakit ang layo-layo sa nakasanayan ko? Ayan, mapukonfuse ka na dahil nga meron ng overlap, may mga pinapaniwalaan ka na hindi applicable doon sa pinuntahan mo, magkakaroon na ng confusion. Maki-question mo na yung sense of right and wrong mo or sense of morality mo. Such as yung pag-atang. I don't say naman na it's wrong kasi diba biblically nag-aatang naman talaga tayo. Although meron kasing nandoon na to the extent na sinasamba mo na yung Diyos na yun na hindi simbolo lang naman siya na di ba dapat when faith is described as believing into something that you do not see, you do not touch, pero pinapaniwalaan mo. So, kinukontradict na siya ng pag-atang mo doon sa nahahawakan mo. Kasi nahahawakan mo kaya naniniwala ka sa kanya. Parang siya na yung Diyos mo. Okay? So, yun yung sa Vietnam. Everyday silang nag-o-offer doon sa napakalaki lahat ng place sa Vietnam, whether it's a school, whether it's a center, or a mall, merong malaking statue ng gods nila. Tapos inaatangan nila ng daming fruits, ang daming pagkain, like they spend a lot of money for that kasi nga Diyos nila yun. Hindi sila pumapalya, para sa kanila good luck kapag nakapag-atang sila, ganon. Hindi nila yung kinakain kasi kapag inatang mo, hindi mo pwedeng kainin. So, nasasayang na yun. Diba? That's one culture in Vietnam that I was shocked about. Okay, and then after horror, humor na, kasi nagko-comprehend mo na, natatanggap mo na, and then home na, nagiging home mo na siya finally kasi naka-adjust ka na. Okay? Okay, I repeat, first stages of culture shock, una honeymoon, excited ka, horror, na natakot ka, na confused ka, na frustrate ka. Pangatlo, comprehension, naiintindihan mo ng mga bagay-bagay, and then lastly, finally, naka-adjust ka na consider mo naman na siya as home. Okay? Ayan, cultural awareness, if you're humble, respectful, friendly, you will always be fine. Take note of this ha, kahit saan man kayo dalhin, here inside the country, in the Philippines, kung humble ka, respectful ka, friendly ka, magiging okay ka. So yung may mga attitude problems sa atin, may mga personality problems tayo, I think it's something we should work on kung gusto natin na mag-succeed sa ibang bansa. Okay? Interacting with people na hindi natin kalahi. Sabi dito, kapag ikaw ay humble, respectful, friendly, you will always be fine.
Diba?
Okay, ano pa? Other concepts here, reverse culture shock, returning to one's own country and culture, culture clash, disagreement on values. So, ayan na, bumalik ka na dun sa unang kultura mo, may mga na-adapt ka na ng bagong culture, hindi mo na alam kung anong tama at mali, nagka-clash na yung pinapaniwalaan mo, di ba? Mapapansin niyo yun sa mga balikbayan o doon sa mga vlogs ni Thailand Girl, madalas nang ipagkumpara ang Pilipinas at Thailand, especially the education sector. Diba? Pero he's fitting facts, ha? Tuwang-tuwa ako sa mga pinagkasabi ni Thailand Girl kasi lahat naman ng sinasabi niya ay totoo. Kahit na medyo masakit, especially that I belong to one of the educational sectors here in the Philippines, specifically CHED. Hindi naman tayo DepEd, CHED naman tayo. Pero pareho lang, ganun lang din. Totoo lahat ng mga hanash ni Thailand Girl doon sa kanyang mga vlogs. Alright, I think it's, wow, sige. Ate tayo? Okay, I think it's the end of my lecture. Ayan, raise your hand naman kung naintindihan yung chapter 3 natin. Second part ng chapter 3 yun ha. Ang first part ay yung video lecture, yung video na may explanation ko. Kasi itong PowerPoint na in-explain ko ngayon, hindi ko in-explain doon sa video natin. Tama? So, download ko ito, tapos i-upload ko na ulit para may balikan ko. Kasi kung napapansin ninyo class, be mindful, yung nagsisave na record dito sa MS Teams, after a few days, nag-automatic yan na nadi-delete. Kasi nga, it's one way to control yung data, tawag na storage ng MS. Since I don't know how it works, pero definitely ang purpose ng automatic deletion ng isang file ay para mag-control, diba? Kasi punong-puno na yung application, yung software. So kung hindi nyo napapansin na nagdi-delete pala yung mga records, sabi nyo, next week ko na babalikan yung lecture. Pagbalik mo next week, wala na yung video lecture sa MS Teams. Kaya i-upload ko na lang siya, okay? Alright, so we still have 1 hour to discuss your tasks for next week. Tapos na natin ang chapter 3 class, di ba? Ang galing. Ay, may 3 pa pala. Charot lang. Anyway, sa susunod na meeting na lang, yung virtual meeting. Okay, so please take note ha. Mag-randomizer ako, mag-new group tayo para ma-challenge kayo. Hindi nyo kagrupo yung mga dating kagrupo ninyo na. Nasabi ko na yun sa inyo na magkakaroon kayo ng panibagong grupo. Okay, put down your hands na and please listen to me. Put down your hands. Amy, Jeremy, Joseph. Alright, so for your long quiz, ang coverage niyan ay chapter 2, buong chapter 2. So pwede niyong balikan yung video lectures natin sa YT, okay? Minessage ako ni Christy Felix, pinapasend niya sa akin yung PowerPoint. Gagawin ko yon pero hindi ngayon. Gusto kong pag-aralan ninyo class ha, doon ko makikita kung inaaral niyo. PowerPoint hindi walang lecture doon. Ano pa, mag-memorize ka lang para may makuha ka sa quiz, pero hindi mo talaga aaralin, may memorize mo lang. So, makinig doon sa video lecture, ha? Ikaw ba yung nag-message sa akin, Christy, tama?
Yes po.
Oh, ayan, si Christy. Okay, so I hope na it's clarified na, ha? Kailangan yung aralin yung mga sinesend ko sa inyo at hindi lang hihingi ng PowerPoint para ma-memorize ninyo at mataas makuha ninyo sa quiz, okay? Kailangan yung pakinggan yung mga lectures ko doon kasi pinag-effortan ko yon para sa inyo, right? Okay, so I hope na you are taking note na ang gagawin ninyo for the next face-to-face, number 1, long quiz in chapter 2, and then another performance task, role-playing ulit, pero this time it would be fun. Magsasend ulit ako ng rubric at sa tingin ko, ang pinaka-importante sa ngayon ay not really important, pero I would appreciate if you will exert effort sa costume para makita natin yung intercultural, iba't ibang kultura. So you might wanna choose Japan or Korea or any country of your choice. Dapat mag-manifest yan sa inyong clothing. Again ha, I discourage spending too much. Pwede naman yung mga damit ninyo challenge nyo na yan kung paano nyo pagmumukhain na Korean or Japanese. For example, yung mga Japanese, diba meron silang sticks sa ulo pag yung ipit nila, o pwede nyo gawin yun para magmukha kayong Japanese na hindi naman kayo gagastos, pero naman barbecue sticks na ibalot nyo lang sa crepe paper or anything na mura. Okay? Ang performances natin role-playing, you will take a country of your choice. Sana be creative. Baka lahat kayo Koreans, dapat iba't iba naman. Mag-usap-usap kayo. I will send the groups later. Ang gagawin ninyo class ay ipapakita ninyo yung kultura ng bansa na napili ninyo sa pamamagitan ng isang eksena. So, maaaring sa airport ito, maaaring sa restaurant. Huwag na yung bahay kasi family na naman, 'di ba? Pag role playing, puro family, puro mother, father, daughter, 'di ba? Could be school pero parang discouraged na din students, teachers. Pwedeng sa airport, parang roles ninyo ay mga flight attendants or mga anong tawag natin doon, yung mga tao sa airport, mga attendants natin. Susuot ninyo yung kanilang mga damit, so magko-costume kayo. So, again, you will write a script about it, sisend ulit sa kanya, ipiprint ninyo para doon po kayo gradean kapag ka-face-to-face na natin. Alright? Ano pa? Ayun, gagawa lang kayo ng eksena na dapat magpagsalita ang lahat para mag-gradean ko. Again, I encourage dance or music para maging lively yung performance, hindi lang plain conversation. Janelle?
Ma'am, paano po yung sa language po, ma'am? Gagayahin din
Sa
po ba?
language, English na lang, English. Pwede niyong ipakita ang lengguwahe ng isang kultura, not in the conversation, not in the communication, pero it could be a song. So, kantahin nyo na lang yung mariresearch nyo, for example, na kanta ng particular na bansa na yon. Not in the conversation, mahirap yun. Paano kayo gigradean, di ba? Hindi ko alam. Purposive communication pa rin tayo. English language pa rin. Yung kung paano kayo i-grade. Okay? It's a very good question. Nice one. Pwede nyong i-manifest ang language ng isang bansa, not in the conversation, pero it could be in a song, okay? Or kahit na phrases lang, or lines lang, o yung mga, nila, tawag dito, yung kanilang mga expressions, yung idioms nila, okay, hand gesture nila, ganon. So kung makita yung mga yun ha, what are the components of culture? We have symbols, language, dress, yung clothing, diba? Practices, beliefs in deity. Ano ba yung sinasamba nila? Ayan. So, doon na pumapasok yung mga props ninyo. Do your research, okay? Okay, wala. Questions pa? Come on. Questions naman. Questions. Lacey
Ma'am, yung sa, daw po, yung sa quiz.
Gracelyn, lakasan ng konti.
Yung sa quiz daw po, yung chapter daw po yun.
Chapter 2 lang. Kasi, di ba nga, meron tayong isang face-to-face na hindi tayo nakapag-meet dahil doon sa events, yung celebration. So, medyo delay tayo. Dapat chapter 3 na, chapter 2 lang, chapter 2 muna. Kasi 1 pa lang naman yung dalawang quiz natin. So, 2 lang, chapter 2 lang.
Next,
Ganun pa rin.
face-to-face.
Face-to-face. Identification, enumeration.
Ay, mababa. Tanong ko lang po ulit kung mababago na yung schedule this November or hindi pa po.
Gracelyn ulit.
Tanong ko lang po sana kung mababago na po yung schedule ng face-to-face this November or hindi pa po.
Mag-full blast na tayo after midterms. November 18 yata yung midterm exam ninyo. I'm not sure. Basta pagkatapos ng midterm exam, full blast ng face-to-face. Araw-araw na kayong papasok. Ang next schedule natin ng face-to-face natin ay itong susunod na linggo.
Ma'am, ano po ba? Hindi po ba holiday yung sa 31?
31 ay Monday ba?
Opo, Monday po ata yung 31.
Ibalikan ko ha. Teka.
Sige po.
Ano ngayon, sir? November 24. Bakit may schedule tayo ng 21 at 20? Dapat face-to-face ba tayo? 21 at 22? Huwag ka sa 21 at 22. Thursday, Friday ba yun? Oo. Thursday, Saturday.
Salvation.
Oo nga, no? December 5 and 6. 5 to 25.
Francis ba yan?
Oh my God. October 24 ngayon. Hindi, November 28 and 29 ay October. Diba? Litong-lito na ako. Ito face to face. October 31. Balikan ko lang. Ang calendar na
John Paul Rivera.
October 31 ay Monday. Ayan, wala tayong problema. October 31 ay Monday. Holiday ba ang 31? October?
National holiday daw po.
Okay. If that's the case, matagal ko na itong plano. Are you willing to come here in school kahit na hindi natin schedule ng face-to-face? Ipapaalam ko siya, dadaanin ko siya sa letter para maging official, may black and white tayo. Gagamitin na lang natin yung rooftop as our classroom kung walang available na room kasi nga intended siya for another scheduled group or scheduled section. So, willing ba kayo kapag ganon? Kasi we can't afford to class to lose another face-to-face. Kunti na nga lang face-to-face natin tapos wala na naman. Okay, so i-reschedule ko siya ha. So, hindi man tayo mag-meet ng Monday and Tuesday, maaaring Wednesday, Thursday, or Thursday, Friday. Gamitin na lang natin yung rooftop kasi maluwang yun kahit saan tayo doon for quiz and performance task. Okay? Raise your hand
Joel.
if you agree. Ay, wala nang nakikinig.
Ma'am, pwede
Yes.
po ba magtanong?
Okay, thank you, Glycerin, for bringing it up. So, gagawa na ako ng letter ngayon pa lang para maipa-approve ko na sa ating chairperson. At college dean. Ayun. Consult ko na rin, since nandito naman ako sa CED office. Consult ko na rin kung pwede ang ganun sa ating campus executive director. Hintayin ko papayagan na kasi nga ito na araw-araw na nga tayo mag-face-to-face, di ba? So, simulan na natin. Hindi pwedeng hindi tayo mag-face-to-face na naman. Wala na. Kasi ayaw pong magpa-quiz ng online. Okay? Face-to-face na, I am determined na ang quiz ay face-to-face. Quiz at performance task ay face-to-face. Okay. Any more questions?
Ma'am, excuse me po.
Yes.
Ma'am, gusto ko lang pong itanong yung regarding po doon sa quiz last week, sa Monday po, doon sa chapter 5. Kasi po, hindi po ako nakapag-take noon, ma'am, kasi nagkaroon po kami ng motor accident.
Yes, okay ka na ba, Ferdinand? Ferdinand, ikaw ba yung nagkaroon ng blood clot sa ulo?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay ka na?
Ma'am, hindi ko pa po masyado masagot ngayon, ma'am, kasi hindi pa po...
Under observation ka. Ba't ka pa
Opo.
pumasok? Dapat kahit na nag-virtual ka, baka hindi advice ng doktor ha, tapos masisi ako. Dapat ang priority mo yung health mo. Walang problema sa akin, Ferdinand. I will give you every consideration that you will ask kasi hindi naman natin kagustuhan yung aksidente na nangyari sa'yo. Ina-advise pa nga kita na kung ang sabi sa'yo ng doktor ay magpahinga, huwag mong stressin ang sarili mo. Kailangan mong i-prioritize ang buhay mo, Ferdinand, ha? I will give you every consideration that you will ask. Special quiz, special exam, hindi kita babawasan sa attendance. Okay ka sa akin sa lahat. Alright, Ferdinand?
Yes po, ma'am. Tanungin ko lang po, ma'am, kung pwede ko pong i-take po, ma'am. Kasi sayang po yun eh.
Kapag okay ka na, mag-take ka dito sa Campus Executive Director's Office, kagaya ng mga ibang section na nag-take sa akin dahil hindi sila nakapag-quiz, okay? Walang problema. Ngayon ba, pinayagan ka ng doktor mo na umattend sa klase natin?
I will not allow you. May class.
Parang sa ngayon po kasi ma'am, parang pinagbawalan pa po ako mag-cellphone. Pero sabi ko, nag-attend po ko rin kasi ma'am kasi yun po yung pakay ko, yung gusto ko pong
Oh,
tanungin
baka
po.
kasi
Hindi ko
it will cause you stress pa lalo, imbes na magpagaling ka, mas stress ka pa dahil sa naririnig mong activities natin. Magpahinga ka na muna, wag mo munang isipin. Kapag katapos na ang observation sa'yo ng doktor at na-clearance ka na from the hospital or from blood clot dyan sa ulo mo, saka ka pumasok, okay? Huwag kang problema, Ferdinand, okay?
Opo ma'am.
Sige, mag-leave ka na, magpahinga ka. Huwag kang problema, relax ka lang. Okay, any more questions? Sige.
Ano daw po, baka hindi raw po ba pwedeng ipa-reschedule yung quiz na sa
Ano,
Monday daw?
Glycerin?
Hindi
Class,
raw po ba pwedeng ipa-reschedule po yung quiz po next week?
Kasi kapag sila, wala pa rin.
Kasi possible ang Monday, Tuesday, i-reschedule na lang natin talaga siya ng either Wednesday, Thursday, or Thursday, Friday, yung face-to-face natin. Pero if you're asking for it to be rescheduled some other week, I would say no ha, please lang,
Ano
no.
daw po? Kung pwede daw po sa Friday or
Oh,
Thursday.
sige,
Thursday daw po.
Friday. Oh, okay, sige. Thursday, Friday ang face-to-face natin.
Thank you po.
Sige. Pero kapag ka next week ang hinihiling nyo, hindi ha. Sorry.
Talaga tinatanong ko, bakit sila wala nung last araw? Diba? Ako pa talaga
Alright.
tinatanong.
Any more questions?
Kasi na ba, yung sarap na ako, prepare the answer, the question that I raised to them.
Alright, kung wala na, open your cameras and let us have a picture now.
Natalusan o natatalusan? Talusan niyo guys. Okay, cool. Okay, thank you. Thank you for your response. Hindi naman ako bata, di ba? Hindi naman ako bata, yung instructor. When I ask you some question, seriously, how about your particular start with hindi yung mga tanong ko naman kayo, hindi pa sinasagot nyo. Okay, so let me just share my screen.
Bakit si Dustin?
Okay, nakikita na po ba?
Alright, ready? 1, 2, 3, smile.
Okay, cool. So, pwede bang pakibasa?
Alright, so I'm going to end the meeting now. Just send the pictures sa ating GC. Bye class, have a good day.
Marunong.
Kapi ng mga enablers. What is that with the break?
Bye, ma'am.